This brother asks whether or not it is permissible for him to work at MasterCard. And this is a great question because there's a ton of confusion about MasterCard, Visa, and what these companies actually do. So in this video, I'm going to clear that up and give you my opinion on what is going on here and whether or not you should work at a place like MasterCard, because of the fact it's so important in Islam that we earn our income in a halal way. So the first thing you need to understand about companies like MasterCard and Visa is a lot of people think that they deal in interest, right? And this actually isn't true. These are payment processing companies, and every time a transaction is done with a MasterCard or a Visa, a small fee is charged for the convenience, for the technology, whatever the case may be, and they receive that fee as payment. So where does the interest come from on a Visa or a MasterCard? Well, it comes from the lender that partners with Visa or MasterCard in order to create this payment processing thing, right? So if you go to TD, you can get a TD Visa. If you go to National Bank of Canada, you can get a National Bank MasterCard. And the bank is the one that sets up this type of credit card. And so when you have a limit of 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, you use it to buy whatever you want to buy. And then if you don't pay it back on time, of course, they're going to charge you interest. So if you are someone who is facilitating the setup of MasterCards or Visas at a bank, that is a problem. But working for a technology company in and of itself, even if it's a payment processing technology company, is not haram. And so if you are someone who's going ahead and working in either one of these companies, there shouldn't be any issue. A lot of the time, some people will come out and say, well, Visa and MasterCard are facilitating the use of interest. And I'm like, no, that's not what's happening at all. Because there are prepaid Visas out there. There are prepaid MasterCards. There are ways that you can put money on it and there is no interest involved at all, right? So they're not insisting that their cards be used for credit card purposes. They just give you a vehicle to use payments. There are Visa gift cards. There are Visa prepaid cards. All of these things, right? So that opinion, I don't think that's not a very strong case. Now, the other thing I would like to add is a lot of times in halal portfolios from an investment purpose, you actually see holdings of Visa and MasterCard. And this gets people crazy riled up. But once again, we have to understand that these companies make their money through payment processing fees. They make their money through fees, nothing else. So to answer your question, brother, to work at a place like MasterCard and Visa, there is no problem, right? To invest in companies like MasterCard and Visa, assuming they have their debt under control and they meet all the other halal criteria, is fine, right? Because the business that they run charges fees, not interest. And the last thing that I would say about these is if you are working for a bank or a lender trying to sell a credit card that is MasterCard or Visa, that is different. So you have to be a little bit careful there, right? If we get some people who are selling the Canadian Tire MasterCard, right? Or the one at Superstore, the PC MasterCard, if you live in Canada, or, you're selling a MasterCard or a Visa from your bank, right? If you work at the bank and that's what you're doing, this would be considered haram income. So I hope this answers the question. If you guys have any other questions, let me know in the comments, and inshallah I will do my best to answer them. Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum.